Let me tell you the thing nobody says out loud about passive income. It does not exist. Not the way it's sold, anyway. The courses, the gurus, the thumbnail of someone on a laptop somewhere warm. All of it is built on a half-truth, so seductive that we keep buying it anyway. But here's what's interesting. The lie isn't that you can earn money while you sleep. That part is real. The lie is what it costs to get there, and why the people selling it have every reason to hide that from you. Today I want to talk about the actual math, the actual trade-off, and then tell you why I'm building this anyway, with full knowledge of what it really takes. Because the honest version of passive income is still worth pursuing. It's just worth pursuing for completely different reasons than most people think. So, the phrase passive income was always going to be misused. It comes from tax law originally. It is used to distinguish income from business activities, blah blah blah. Anyways, it got turned into something else. The idea that you can set up a system once and collect money forever with minimal ongoing effort. And that framing, minimal ongoing effort, that is where the half-truth lives. Because every passive income stream I've looked at closely, everyone has 3 phases they don't usually show you. Phase 1, the build. This is where you do the actual work. I don't know, writing the course, building the audience, creating the product, establishing the system. And this phase is the opposite of passive. It can take months, sometimes years, and you're probably doing it without any income yet. So, phase 2, the maintenance. Even after the thing is, so to say, done, it requires some upkeep. Platforms change, algorithms shift, customers have questions, maybe something breaks. The degree of maintenance varies, but pretending it's 0 is how people burn out after month 3 when reality doesn't match the pitch. And phase 3 is the decay. So every passive income stream has a lifespan. The niche gets crowded, maybe the platform changes its rules, the product becomes outdated. Nothing compounds forever without reinvestment. But let me reassure you, none of this means it isn't worth doing. It just means that the pitch is wrong. And when the pitch is wrong, people make worse decisions. Now, let me be more specific, because being vague is useless here. Let's say, if you want to build a YouTube channel as an income stream, which is, full disclosure, exactly what I'm doing, the realistic timeline before meaningful ad revenue is at minimum 6 months to a year, and often even longer. Before that, you're working for free. Well, not just free, you're working at a deficit. You're putting time, energy, equipment, and mental overhead onto learning this new thing and getting it built. If you want to sell a digital product, maybe an ebook, a course, you first need an audience to sell it to, and that audience doesn't come from anywhere. So you need to build it slowly through content you're producing before the product even exists. Let's say you want rental income from property. This might be the most traditional passive income. You need some money first. Then you become a part-time property manager. Whether you hire someone or not, there will be calls, there are problems. There is always something. And again, I'm not saying any of this to be discouraging. I'm saying it because I think a lot of people abandon projects that would have worked because they were expecting something different. They expected passive, when what they actually signed up for was pretty active in the beginning. So here's the part I actually find harder to say. I know all of this. I've known it for a while, and I spent a long time using that knowledge as a reason not to start. If this thing is going to take a year, why bother now? If the platform could change, why should I invest in it? If the income might not be truly passive, what's the point? And that logic sounds reasonable, but it's actually just fear wearing a practical disguise. The real reason I didn't start sooner wasn't calculation. It was the discomfort of beginning something that might fail slowly and in public over a long period of time. And that's a specific kind of discomfort, isn't it? It's not the sharp fear or immediate failure. It's the long game. And yes, I still feel it now. I'm not past it. But I'm choosing to move away. I'm choosing to move on. So, here's how I think about it now. I don't call it passive income anymore. I think of it as maybe asynchronous income. And with it I mean that the work and the reward are separated in time. You produce something now, someone benefits from it and maybe pays for it later. Maybe much later, maybe while you're asleep. And that's the thing that's real. It's not magic, it's not set and forget, it's time-shifted labor. And it's built into a system that doesn't require your continuous presence to keep running. And when you think about it that way, the math actually holds. An hour I spend building something that earns for 5 years is a fundamentally different hour than one I trade for a single paycheck. It's not better in every way, it carries risk and uncertainty and a pretty long feedback loop, but it's different, and it's still worth taking seriously. So the goal isn't to stop working, the goal is to build things that keep working after you do. And that's quieter than most of what you'll find on this topic. And I believe it's also more honest, and in my experience, more achievable. So here is the experiment I want to suggest before next week. Pick one thing you already know, one thing you already do or have already figured out, something that took you real time and effort to learn. Then ask yourself one question. Could this exist in a form that someone else could use without me being there? Maybe it's a document, a template, a short video, a written guide, and it doesn't have to be sellable yet. It doesn't have to be public yet. Just think about it. And that's the smallest unit of asynchronous income. Most people never get past this step because they assume it has to be a whole product before it counts. It doesn't. Just start there, look inside you, find what you have, what you can offer. Yeah, and that's everything for this one. If you're here because you're thinking seriously about building something that earns without you being constantly present, I think that's a genuinely worthwhile thing to think seriously about. And on this channel I'll keep sharing what I find, and honestly including the parts that don't work. So if you made it this far and you think you would benefit from this channel and seeing how I'm building things, what I'm building, the mentality behind it, everything about it, then you're welcome to subscribe. Okay, well, see you next week.